The season 18 premiere of Keeping Up with the Kardashians ends with an explosive fight. We're taking a look at why things got physical and why fans think Kourtney Kardashian is leaving the show for good.
Rihanna makes her return to music after more than 3 years.
And Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are making moves. Find out where the royals are settling down now.
Welcome everybody to a Friday edition of Mini News. My name is Scott Tweedy. We're both coming to you once again from our homes here in New York City because once again we're still in self-isolation. Liana Vasquez, how are you?
I'm good, Scott. I'm about 99 miles away from New York City right now. And we just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as you're watching, make sure that you're always sharing your thoughts on the stories and leave a comment below because we always want to hear from you. But first, let's start with some Kardashians news. The Kardashian ladies have had their fair share of fights, of course, but last night's season 18 premiere was on a whole nother level. It all started after Kim took a dig at Kourtney for her work ethic. Okay, so here's what happened. The two started going head to head in a heated argument before things turned very physical, very fast. So first, Kourtney throws a water bottle at Kim, okay? Then Kim tries to defend herself, and then the gloves were off. You see Kim actually hit Kourtney a few times, and honestly, I was in shock. I could not believe my eyes. And I also couldn't believe that all of this happened while the cameras were rolling. Scott, what were your first impressions when you saw this?
Well, I got two older sisters. I haven't seen a fight like this before, but I know when one sister digs the nails in, it is on like Donkey Kong. But it was, look, I've got to be honest, it was pretty entertaining. I didn't want the episode to end right there, so I can't wait to watch next week's show to see how this all ends up.
Yeah, we need resolution, and I need to hear what Khloe and Kendall think about this fight because I actually think they were both in shock that their two sisters were going at it so hard. And speaking of family, even Rob Kardashian poked fun at the fight last night. He tweeted that his sisters forgot they were filming Keeping Up with the Kardashians and thought that they were on an episode of Bad Girls Club. And I don't know if y'all remember this, but I don't think we've seen a Kardashian fight of this nature since that famous 2008 Bentley fight. And if that epic fight isn't making enough headlines already today, it's like everything we're talking about, fans are now speculating the status of Kourtney's role with the show. A fan actually tweeted Kourtney that she needed to quit the show after being tired of hearing her complain about family. She's like, listen, if you're going to talk about hating it so much, why don't you just quit? Well, Kourtney responded, I did. Bye. So that is the last we've heard. Do we really think she's leaving her sisters and the show? And more importantly, would Kris Jenner even allow Kourtney to leave the show?
I don't think Kris would allow it, but I think if there's ever a time when she is going to leave it, it potentially might be this season in season 18. Although, as a fan of the show, none of us want this to happen. You can't have anyone leaving at any point. And I hope there's more drama like this, but then I hope, peaks and troughs throughout this season. That's all I want. I want them to become, close sisters again, but then I don't mind a little bit of fighting. Is that evil of me? I kind of like it as a fan.
No, that's what makes for really good reality TV.
It definitely does. All right, moving on right now. Just a day after Drew Brees and his wife, Brittany, donated $5 million to Louisiana State for COVID-19 relief, the Saints quarterback caught up with Hoda Kotb this morning on the Today Show. And they were talking about the impact that the virus is having on the state. But as a lot of us will know, Hoda with New Orleans, it's very close to her heart because she worked there at a news station for 6 years back in the 90s. So much so that after her call with Drew, she actually broke down into tears. It was a very touching moment. Have a look at this.
This big, generous donation. I think other people look and say, hey, maybe I can help out too. Drew, we love you.
Love you too, Hoda.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, a lot more. Sorry. Hoda. I know, it's a lot.
Sorry.
Hoda, I'm so sorry, hun. Take a moment.
Sorry.
It's a lot. I know where your heart is.
And I think this made a lot of us well up watching this vision this morning, but I think a lot of us can relate to this and connect to this for what's going on in the world right now. And of course, Hoda, it just shows how genuine she is. She's such a beautiful, lovely lady.
Yeah, well, I think Hoda is one of the most joyful people in the world, and she manages to find joy in every moment if you've ever like had any interaction with her. And I think what she did in that moment was show that she's human before she's a journalist. And she felt that. And I think she cried tears that I think a lot of us have been too scared to cry. And seeing those kinds of vulnerable moments on TV right now is really important because it's okay to feel all of that. And I think so much of us took so much comfort in seeing that level of honesty and humanity in somebody that we wake up to every single day. I mean, she's like our Hoda, you know? So I know that was a hard moment for her, but I think the plus side is that we all got to see that and we all got to feel in that moment. So Hoda, we love you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, let's step it up a little bit. Let's talk about some exciting music news, especially if you're a Rihanna fan. She just released new music today. Well, kind of. Okay, it's not R12, it's not the new album, but Rihanna is featured on PARTYNEXTDOOR's new track. It's called Believe It, and she's not the only celebrity on the star-studded album. You've also got Drake and Bad Bunny, so definitely an album you're going to want to check out. And we all know RiRi fans have been patiently waiting for a very long time for new music. It's been about 3 years. I mean, the last time Rihanna was featured on a track was back in 2017. And we all know that Rihanna hates to be asked when the new album's coming out, when we're gonna get new music from her. But Scott, do we think that this little tiny feature on a track means that her new album is coming?
No. I think Rihanna's doing things in her own time. She's doing it on the RiRi clock. She's a very busy lady. I know that the fans, and a lot of them out there were like, is this it? They're like 5 words as a backup chorus? This is all you can give us? But then I know you, Liliana, you're also going, this is enough. This is enough for the time being until she's ready to release an entire album. But that's what I want. I want a whole ton of Rihanna music.
I hear you. I mean, right now, the only Rihanna I'm getting in my life is with like my Fenty lipstick that I'm wearing right now. So I will take the 5 words from Rihanna if that's all I can get. But RiRi, don't be mad. Girl, when is the album coming out? We need to know.
She's not going to tell you. She is not going to tell you. Let's talk about the royals right now because Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, they have packed their bags and officially moved from Canada all the way to Meghan's hometown of Los Angeles. Now, a source confirms to us here at E! News that the two of them have settled in a large home and they're eager for their fresh start to finally begin. They can't wait to get started. Now, a previous source also told us they were looking originally at homes online around the Los Angeles region, and they've also been looking at the moment at interviewing security teams. So they're getting all their ducks in a row right now to see if it's logistically possible for the two of them and little baby Archie to live and start their new life in Los Angeles. So it's all looking very positive that they're going to be living there. Plus, our source also went on to say that Meghan would like to be able to do meetings at their house and also be able to host friends and entertain. Now, let's not forget, they've only got a couple of days left until their royal duties are officially done, because that is all coming up on March 31. Then their new life in Los Angeles is about to begin. Now, I know there was a lot of paparazzi that were annoying them in London. The good news about LA is there's no paps at all there, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, paparazzi in Los Angeles?
They're gonna have an easy life in LA.
No, I mean, nobody's going to bother them there. No one's going to take their photo. I mean, they're going to be completely left alone, which is what they wanted. I just really question, when they made the initial announcement, they did say that they were moving to North America. They said that they wanted to live in a Commonwealth country. Last time I checked, and I'm not good at geography, but United States, yeah, not a Commonwealth country. So we all know what's happening here.
It's neighboring though. It's next to Canada.
They've been dropping little crumbs. Meghan wants to be back in Hollywood, and you know what? This is the best time for her to be there. So Harry's supporting her. They're going to work their way through Hollywood, and all we can do is hope that we get Meghan on a big screen or a small screen sometime very soon.
They're going to thrive, I reckon. They're going to love it there.
Absolutely. All right. Have you guys heard of Tiger King on Netflix? This is the show that like everybody is talking about, and the series follows the war between Joe Exotic, he is the owner of GW Zoo, and animal activist Carol Baskin. She's actually trying to shut him down. Well, the show is going bonkers right now. Everyone is watching it. Even celebrities are tuning into the show. And Jared Leto, turns out, is like a little bit of a super fan. He hosted an official viewing party last night as part of the Jared Leto Cinema Club that he launched last week. And not only was he watching the show, but he actually live tweeted the entire thing. And he even took it up another notch. He actually dressed up as Joe Exotic. And if you look closely, he has like a little stuffed tiger taped onto his arm. But it turns out he's not the only celebrity getting into character. Kate McKinnon, one of my favorite comedians, is actually set to headline and executive produce a limited TV series based on a podcast about this plotline. She's actually going to be playing Carol Baskin. And now that the world has fallen in love with this show, the internet is getting involved, casting different actors and actresses to play these characters. We want to know, who do you guys think should play the roles in this movie? And Scott, I know you love the show and you actually have some really good ideas on who you think should be cast.
Absolutely. I'm obsessed with this show. It was so good. Okay, I think Joe Exotic could be played by Danny McBride or maybe Matthew McConaughey. They'd both be very good. Doc Antle. I was thinking maybe, now this is a bit out there, but Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell bring a bit of comedy to the role.
First of all,
how about that? Or finally,
Danny
John C.
McBride
Reilly.
and Will Ferrell together are like my favorite comedy duo, and I think comedy gold. If we can find a way to bring them together on this show, it would be magic.
And this show, honestly, could be a comedy. Like, there's just so much wild stuff. If you haven't seen it, make sure you binge it ASAP. But all right, we're going to get into our final thing. It's called Feed Roulette. This is where Liliana and I pick something random out of our feed in the last 24 hours. Now, I've been wondering about this for a long time. We're all in self-isolation. We can't go out into the public all around the world. So how does men and women get their hair cut? Especially men. I go to a barber every 2 weeks. I've always been wondering this. Well, I saw a post where boyfriends are starting to post the haircuts they're getting from their girlfriends.
Oh my God.
So if you have a look at some of these, I mean, some of the girlfriends out there can use a lot of help because these haircuts you're about to see are definitely subpar. We should have them, but if not...
I've actually been begging my husband to let me cut his hair because just like you, he's used to a schedule. He goes like every 2 to 3 weeks and things are going to get long and a little messy. So I've got my scissors ready.
There's one more where at the back, she has absolutely butchered it. Yeah, so there's some of the haircuts. And I think we're going to see more and more. And I actually can't wait to see celebrities starting to get their hair cut from their partners as well.
Listen, there's lots of YouTube videos out there. If you're thinking of cutting your partner's hair, may I suggest just a simple search on YouTube for an instructional video so nobody ends up like that last photo we just saw. Okay, it's time for my roulette. Are you ready?
Okay, hit me. Okay.
Scott, have you heard of something called Zoom bombing?
Is this where people crash like lectures and like work conferences on Zoom?
Yes. Okay. So everybody is working from home now, right? So the newest type of trolling is being done via Zoom. It's called Zoom bombing. And what people are doing is they're using the screen share feature on Zoom to blast other viewers with NSFW content. And I mean like really NSFW.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm picking up. Have you got a video example for us right now?
I can't put the video up, but I'm going to challenge y'all to use your imagination for the kind of things that people are bombing Zoom calls with. But there is good news, all right? If you're wondering how to avoid a Zoom bomb, by the way, I love this word. If you're wondering how to avoid one on your next like manager meeting or staff meeting, you just want to ask the host to disable the screen share option in their settings, and then you will block all of your Zoom bomb trolls. I actually think it could make for a really interesting meeting. I'm starting to get a little bored on my Zoom calls. I just don't know if I want to see all of that.
I want to see a lot of celebrities doing this. I want to see bored celebrities jumping in to people's chats on Zoom, and that would be, imagine just sitting there and all of a sudden Will Ferrell's, and you're like, is that screen number 12? Right. Is that Will Ferrell up there?
Or like if Reese Witherspoon just drops in and was like, hey, what'd you think of my last book club suggestion? I'm here for it.
She would do that. She would do that. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us once again. We're going to be back tomorrow. And as you can see, Liliana's got to do her laundry, which is behind her there. So busy day for Liliana coming up.
All right, guys. Well, make sure to keep up your social distancing. It is so important, especially right now. And keep tuning in for all of the latest in entertainment news. Scott and I definitely have you covered.
Have a good day.